Your life as a Viltrumite, every rank, every level, from birthday beatdown to galactic domination. Let's go. Level 1. Soldier. Today is your 18th birthday. Most kids your age are getting a car, maybe a cake, maybe a heartfelt card from grandma. You're getting punched in the face by both of your parents at the same time, as hard as they possibly can. Welcome to the Viltrumite coming-of-age tradition, where happy birthday is delivered with a closed fist and surviving is the only gift that matters. See, you're a Viltrumite, one of the most physically dominant species in the entire galaxy, built like a freight train, fast as a missile, nearly impossible to kill. And the only way to prove you belong in the army is to survive your own parents trying to end you. You barely make it, like embarrassingly barely. Your mom cracked 3 of your ribs. Your dad dislocated your shoulder before you even got your footing. But you're still standing. The elder nods. Congratulations, kid. You're in. Now here's the thing about the Viltrumite Empire. It controls most of the known galaxy, and that didn't happen by accident. The whole civilization runs on one simple idea. The strong deserve to live. The weak deserve to die. That's it. That's the entire philosophy. No nuance, no footnotes, no TED Talk version. Just if you can't keep up, you're in the way. You don't see anything wrong with this. You were raised on it. It's less a belief system and more a weather pattern. It's just how things are. Your job as a soldier is simple. Fly to a planet, walk up to whoever's in charge, and give them the offer. Submit to the Empire completely, or get destroyed. That's the whole pitch. No negotiation, no follow-up meeting, no PowerPoint. And here's the part that really gets people. The Empire actually has the technology to end famine, cure diseases, extend lifespans. They could genuinely help these civilizations, they just won't. Unless those civilizations get on their knees first. Because handing out free healthcare to people who didn't beg for it? That's weak behavior. You sleep great at night. Level 2. General. You've been promoted, no longer a grunt. No longer the guy taking orders. Now you're a general under Grand Regent Thrag, and the Empire is in full expansion mode. Quick context on Thrag because this man deserves a moment. He was literally engineered to be the strongest Viltrumite alive. His entire existence was a eugenics project with one goal: produce the most physically dominant being possible. It worked. Thrag is older than most civilizations. He's held the Empire together through civil wars, plagues, and full-scale galactic rebellions through nothing but absolute brute force and the fact that nobody can physically stop him. He was appointed Grand Regent with one official job: keep the throne warm until they find Emperor Argyl's true heir. Between us, he has zero intention of finding that heir. But that's above your pay grade. Your pay grade involves genocide. Your first assignment is General, a peaceful, scientifically advanced planet. A civilization that somehow figured out how to live in harmony with nature. Clean energy, no wars, thriving ecosystem. You show up, you give them the offer, they say no. You weren't surprised. You weren't even annoyed. You were almost impressed by the audacity, honestly. What follows is less a battle and more a product demonstration. To their credit, and this is genuinely impressive, they had developed weapons specifically engineered to pierce Viltrumite durability. They did their homework, they prepared. It wasn't enough, not even close. Their tech gets shredded. Their resistance gets crushed. And when it's over, it's not a conquered planet, it's a destroyed one. Some survivors escape into deep space. You file your report. You wait for the next assignment. Another world, another offer they'll probably refuse. Level 3, Planetary Infiltrator. Okay, things took a turn. Remember how the Empire was thriving and unstoppable? About that, a bioweapon called the Scourge virus hit Viltrum. It was engineered specifically to target Viltrumite DNA, which is genuinely impressive from a scientific standpoint and absolutely catastrophic from every other standpoint. It killed almost everyone. Out of a civilization that once dominated the galaxy, roughly 50 Viltrumites survived. 50. The most powerful species in the known universe was taken out by something you can't even see without a microscope. Humbling stuff. So the Council, more on them later, came up with a new plan. The Planetary Infiltration Program. Here's how it works. The strongest surviving Viltrumites are each assigned a planet. You go there, you blend in, you find a mate, you have children. And because Viltrumite genes are so dominant, even a half Viltrumite child is basically a full-blooded warrior. You grow the Empire from the inside, one planet at a time, one family at a time. Subtle, patient, deeply unsettling. Your assignment: a small, unremarkable planet with blue oceans, green continents, and 7 billion inhabitants who have no idea what's coming. You drop through the atmosphere, immediately hate how weak everyone is. Their strongest champions couldn't threaten a Viltrumite teenager. But you smile, you shake hands, you sign autographs, you let them build a statue of you, you wear a cape now. It's fine. Whatever. Moving on. You meet a woman, she falls for you. You tell yourself this is purely transactional. This is a mission. Nothing more. You get married, you have kids. You coach Little League or whatever they do on this planet. And somewhere in the back of your mind, you keep reminding yourself, this is temporary. This is the mission. You almost believe it. Level 4, Council Member. You are one of three. That's how many Council members the Scourge virus left standing. The Viltrumite Council, once the primary legislative body of the most powerful empire in the galaxy, is now a conference room with 3 people, a lot of empty chairs, and a very heavy atmosphere. You're one of the oldest Viltrumites alive. That's literally the only reason you're here. Strength is the only qualification that's ever mattered on your planet, and you still have enough of it to keep your seat. As a council member, your job is technically to advise Thrag. In practice, your job is to agree with Thrag, nod firmly when he speaks, and maintain the general appearance of a functioning government. You decide which planets get infiltrators, which get destroyed outright, which are flagged as genetically useful for the breeding program. You're basically a very dangerous HR department. Earth is currently on the short list. Compatible population, strategic location. One of the council members keeps pushing for it. He has a thing for planets with mountains and oceans. Nobody questions it. He could kill everyone in the room. You also have judicial power, which means you run hearings for Viltrumites who broke the law. And yes, there are Viltrumite criminals. Usually infiltrators who spent too much time on their assigned planet and started to feel things. Developed attachments, got emotionally involved with their mates. Started questioning whether the Empire's goals were morally defensible. These individuals are dealt with swiftly. If they're lucky, they get a trial. If the trial doesn't go well, they get sent to the prison asteroid, a high-security facility buried inside a massive rock in the middle of deep space. Untraceable, inescapable, with excellent torture facilities. The Empire is civilized, after all. Most of your day is paperwork, honestly. Planet reports, breeding program updates, Thrag's agenda. But mostly it's a PR job. Convincing the outside galaxy that the Empire is stronger than ever, that the best days are ahead, that everything is completely fine. What you don't say out loud? The Empire is essentially just Thrag at this point. 3 counselors in a room pretending that checks and balances still exist? Level 5. Grand Regent. There has only ever been one Grand Regent. Thrag. He has held this position for thousands of years. In that time, no one has come close to taking it. Not through combat, not through politics, not through anything. He was bred for this. Engineered by a man who understood that one day the Empire would need someone who could hold it together through sheer undiluted force of will. That man was right. As Grand Regent, Thrag controls everything: military strategy, expansion policy, the breeding program, the search for Argyl's heir, which he conducts very, very slowly. The Council gives him summaries. He makes the decisions. His word is the last word in every room, in every corner of the Empire. Nobody argues, not because they agree, because they've seen what happens to people who don't. He lives across multiple palaces on conquered planets. He lets his generals handle the dirty work. He reviews reports over what passes for breakfast in an empire of warriors. It's genuinely good to be him. And yet, there's one thing he can't fix. One thing that bothers him more than any enemy, any insurgency, any virus. He's not the true heir. His people know it. He knows they know it. Argyl's bloodline was supposed to produce a successor. The heir has never been found. And deep down, Thrag suspects the heir might still be out there. He tries not to think about it. He mostly succeeds. Level 6. Emperor. In all of Viltrum's history, there has only ever been one emperor, Argyl. He ruled at the peak, a time so far removed from the present that Viltrumites have started to mythologize it. They call it the Golden Age, the cities, the technology. The sense that the Empire was building towards something, not just holding itself together, but actually going somewhere. Depending on who you ask, Argyl was either a wise and visionary founder or a cold-blooded conqueror who happened to be very good at it. Both things are probably true. What's not disputed, Argyl was followed not just because he was powerful. Thrag is arguably more powerful, and everyone knows it. Argyl was followed because his people believed in him. He gave the Viltrumites an identity beyond conquest, a sense that they were building something that would outlast all of them, an empire worthy of the species. Then someone stabbed him through the skull. His heirs were scattered. His legacy collapsed into chaos. And everything that followed, the Great Purge, the Scourge virus, the infiltration program, the prison asteroid, 3 counselors in a room pretending everything is fine, all of it traces back to one moment. One Viltrumite who decided, alone without permission, that what his people were doing was wrong. Argyl's skull still sits in Thrag's throne room. Thrag says it's a reminder of what happens when an empire loses its way. What he doesn't say, it's also a reminder of everything he's been trying to replace ever since. And can't. And that's the Viltrumite career ladder. Brutal, efficient, surprisingly fragile. An empire that conquered the galaxy and got taken apart by a virus, a rebellion, and one guy with a very specific set of feelings about right and wrong. The strongest species in the known universe. One assassination away from falling apart at